you're watching Indigo Herbs TV. This is part 4 of a 5-part interview with David Ash, nutritionist and author of Love Your Liver. Enjoy. In your book, you've suggested a number of green foods, vitamins, minerals, herbs, amino acids, antioxidants, which support liver health.
Yes, I think whilst the liver is being blasted, and especially if we have feast days as well as fast days, and it's unrealistic to tell people to stop drinking alcohol. You know, people are going to drink alcohol, people are going to take, you know, naughty substances, you see. People, you know, the body is subjected to stress, so we really need to look after the liver. The liver is the seat of health. You know, the word liver comes from live, okay? So a healthy liver is a healthy body. It's the major biochemical organ in the body.
Yeah.
So we need to look after our livers. So what I'm recommending is a number of foods to help the liver. My problem with fasting is that if I do the 2-day fast, I go underweight because I tend to be underweight anyway, and I end up like an Oxfam advert. So what I'm saying is, if you find it difficult to fast, either because you're losing too much weight, you know, or you are, you just find you haven't got the discipline to do the 2 days, 1 day is the most you can manage, or you don't stick to it or something like that, then you can help the liver by using liver herbs and support the liver function, so at least the liver has a chance to cope, you see.
Yeah. So, and I want to just sort of talk in a bit more detail about some of the things that you suggested in your book. And firstly, there are the super greens, the barley grass and chlorella. Now, I know that they are, you know, they're highly nutritious foods. They've got different nutritional profiles, but they're both really absolutely packed with vitamins, amino acids, and all those good things. I mean, have you mentioned those for general good health, or are they specific to the liver as well?
They tend to be more general good health, but they do help the liver because they're not. You don't get a lot of sugars in them. What sugar you've got is really balanced to the other ingredients. But when you think of it, the cows just live on that juice the whole time. You know what I mean? So the thing is that. They're good for the liver, but they're good for the general health as well.
Okay. And next on the list, there's quite a lot of vitamin C. You're recommending quite a bit of it.
Well, yes, I used to recommend very high doses of vitamin C, but again, the new research is moving on, and having more than a gram a day is not good for the health. There's new studies from the Karolinska Institute in Stockholm which are showing that if people have too much vitamin A and too much vitamin C, they've got a greater likelihood to get cataracts. And that is an indicator of general body health anyway. Cataracts tend to be linked, all these diseases tend to be linked. So if you have too much in the way of vitamins, you stress the liver. So you mustn't have too much, and there is a danger of people piling one supplement on another.
Yeah.
So the reason I used to work with high doses of vitamin C is because of their antioxidant property.
Right.
Because 60 milligrams of vitamin C a day is protecting you from scurvy, 40 to 60.
Yeah.
But 600 milligrams a day gives you the antioxidant protection, which is completely different from the vitamin function.
I understand.
Which is anti-scurvy.
Yeah.
So there are two different functions. But what I recommend is 400 to 500, no more than 600 milligrams of vitamin C, unless, you know, if you've been drinking, if you've been on the bottle, then you need more vitamin C.
Right. Okay,
because vitamin C counteracts alcohol.
Right.
But on a regular daily basis, more than a gram isn't healthy.
Okay.
So what I recommend is about 500 milligrams a day, and then if you take the proanthocyanidins, which are in grapeseed extract, the synergistic interaction between the vitamin C and the proanthocyanidins make the most powerful antioxidant known to man.
So welcome back. We had an unexpected power cut just then, but we are back. We've had a bit of a dinner break too. And what we were talking about, and I think we should go back to the beginning of that little particular subject, was
Paranthocyanidins.
Paranthocyanidins.
Yeah.
Paranthocyanidins, which are flavonoids, which we are getting from grapeseed extract.
Yeah.
So what do they do? Why have we got those in there?
Well, the paranthocyanidins are the most powerful antioxidant known to man, especially when they're acting in synergy with vitamin C. So I used to be a great advocate of high levels of vitamin C, but I'm not anymore. I tend to think that we shouldn't have more than about 600 milligrams a day, because 60 milligrams a day is the vitamin effect, but 600 milligrams a day, 10 times as much, is the antioxidant effect. So, but if you harness the vitamin C or the ascorbic acid with the paranthocyanidins in the grapeseed extract, you really do get the most powerful antioxidant synergy known to man.
So that's about antioxidants.
Yeah, so you can actually reduce the levels of vitamin C by bringing in the synergy with paranthocyanidins.
I see. Brilliant. And we've obviously got grapeseed extract. I mean, is that the only place you can get them?
No, you do get them in other products as well. You get them in pine bark, and also quite a lot of food products contain these paranthocyanidins. They're in the almond, they're in the apricot kernel. They're that molecule that tastes almondy.
Yeah.
And it's the cyanide in there. Cyanide, although it's a toxin in large quantities like any other medicine, it's got medicinal properties in small quantities. So traces of the cyanidin in this organic form are actually very beneficial.
I see. Okay. And another thing in there are the very well-known liver herbs, milk thistle and turmeric.
Yes, they are renowned for their liver healing properties. For thousands of years, people have recognised the value of turmeric for regenerating the liver and helping the liver in its detoxification process. And again, with the milk thistle is a renowned liver herb. So I only have small quantities of milk thistle. I don't think it's good to be taking large quantities on a regular basis, but just giving that little bit of a stimulus to the liver on a regular basis, because we are getting a lot of toxins into our system, especially from chemicals. There's a lot of chemical toxicity in the environment, pesticides, herbicides, PCBs. There are all sorts of things that the liver has to deal with. It never had to deal with in the past. So I think it's appropriate to be taking things like turmeric and milk thistle regularly. I mean, I believe in quite good quantities of turmeric, but small quantities of milk thistle, just to help the liver detoxify some of these man-made chemicals.
Yeah. And there's some minerals in there, particularly calcium, magnesium, zinc and selenium. What's the story behind that?
Well, the calcium and magnesium are really important, for overall health, and it seems to be magnesium that's quite lacking in the diet. So magnesium is involved in many of the enzyme systems in the liver, and magnesium deficiency has been linked with degenerative disease. So I'm a great proponent for magnesium. Selenium, again, is a very powerful antioxidant when it's working synergistically with vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin E.
Right.
So again, selenium is important to incorporate in the product as well.
Okay. And there's some amino acids in there, glutamine, glycine and cysteine.
Yes. The glutamine, the glycine and the cysteine go up to make an enzyme called glutathione. And glutathione is very important in the liver for detoxing, especially alcohol. What it does is alcohol goes from alcohol to acetaldehyde to acetic acid, in the liver. And the aldehyde is the dangerous stage, because the aldehydes are very, very poisonous. So you get formaldehyde, which is used for pickling organs, and then metaldehyde, which is used for pickling slugs. So you may have noticed that after a party where you've been drinking a lot of alcohol, you wake up feeling like a pickled slug.
I may have noticed
You
that.
see. So the hangover is just a toxic state. It's a poisoned liver, because what happens is that when we drink a lot of alcohol, we strip out the glutathione, we use up all the glutathione, and the acetaldehyde begins to accumulate and cooks overnight, and we wake up feeling really poisoned. So I've incorporated those three to really, like the Three Musketeers, just to support the glutathione production, so that, I mean, a lot of people are drinking alcohol regularly, and they really need support. And also people are taking things like paracetamol. So it's not just alcohol, acetaldehyde, it's also paracetamol, and a lot of these other chemicals that are coming from the environment. The liver is using the glutathione. So I think taking extra amino acids that make up the glutathione on a regular basis is important for just dealing with all the chemicals in the environment.
I see, so they're the building blocks.
Yeah, they're the building blocks for glutathione, which is the main detox enzyme in the liver.
Okay, and we've talked obviously about vitamin C, and we've talked a bit about vitamin D and vitamin A. There's also quite a bit of vitamin B in there.
Well, I'd like to just talk a little bit about vitamin D, and then I'll talk about vitamin B.
Okay.
Vitamin D is really important, and I'm really adding vitamin D, not because it's a liver specific, it's important for the liver, but basically there's a deficiency of vitamin D in the UK. This is because vitamin D is produced naturally through sunlight, turning cholesterol into the calciferol, which is the vitamin D itself.
Right.
So the thing is that there's more cloud cover due to global warming. You know, we're getting a lot more rain, a lot more weather systems in the summertime. There's this paranoia, this fear of the sun that's been spread. And also there are a lot more ethnic people in the British Isles who are coming in from, you know, the West Indies, from Africa, from Pakistan, India, people with dark skins. And they need a lot of sunshine because the pigmentation in the skin stops the ultraviolet entering the skin, which basically produces this vitamin D. So naturally, so we really do need supplementation, because there's a reappearance of rickets in the UK, which is really serious. It's a sign of severe malnutrition in the diet, you know, in the country. Now the B vitamins are in there because the B vitamins are very important for the liver. The liver is rich in B vitamins, and the liver really needs B vitamins to function optimally.
Okay. So, and there is a healthy dose of those.
Yeah.